I don't even know this beat.
Girl.
You said this means a lot to you.
Yes, this beat means a lot to me. I remember me and Aaron, like way before the show started, and we were going through beats to use for intro music. And when I heard this one, I was like, oh yeah, like that's the one, no questions. That's me. Mm-hmm. Like, I just loved it. And ever since then,
I like it.
Yes, me too. Hey, y'all. What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome to The Source, y'all. It's your girl, Jada S. And I got a special guest in the building. Yes. I am so excited. Y'all know I love having guests on the show. Especially, I love having my girls on the show because it's always just some great girl talk. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
And you just can't hide it.
I'm so excited for this specific girl talk today. So I'm going to let my girl introduce herself.
Yes, you got your girl, Krystal with a K. Here, Vegas born, Vegas raised. I've been around the world, but I'm back.
You're back.
And I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here. So tell us a little bit about what you do out here in Vegas.
So many things. So, generally, I am an esthetician, skincare expert. I'm also a bartender extraordinaire.
Okay.
And for fun and for real life, I'm an actor, singer, dancer, model. But I have a podcast that I've been doing for the past 3 years called Lifestyles of Love.
Ooh, okay.
At Lifestyles of Love _ if you want to follow us on IG.
_ Lifestyles of Love.
Lifestyles of Love _
Lifestyles of Love. Y'all, the underscore is after.
Yeah, it's at the end.
Okay,
you'll
people,
find it. Just put in Lifestyles of Love.
Yes.
It'll pop up.
It will pop up.
Yeah. So
you do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of everything.
Oh my gosh,
Truly.
I love it. So, what is your podcast about? What do you guys talk about?
Lifestyles of Love it's really about life. And about love. But, we talk about sex and dating and life, kind of lifestyles and lifestyles, people's way of living.
Okay. I like the word love style.
Yeah, love
I like
style.
that a lot.
I know, I kind of created it. It's not really a word, but I put them together.
It has a meaning though,
Totally.
Like, I like that a lot. Like, I'm about to start using that.
Yes. Like, what is your love style? Like,
what is your love style?
I think...
I like
there's
that.
so many, and I think there's multifaceted ways of expressing your love style and the journey to the love style of your choice. I mean, we talk about it all. We get really deep. We get emotional, but we also get hood and ratchet.
Period.
And nasty.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm so glad to have you on the show. I'm gonna need a little bit of Lifestyles of Love energy on the Source today, y'all. Lifestyles of Love meets the Source. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Hey, y'all. So that's what's up. So you do a lot. You said you're an esthetician, you bartend, you're an entertainer. Yes. How do you juggle all of those things?
Honestly, I try to do them all one at a time, but it's difficult because I don't know. I have so many interests and I get bored easily. So that's why I have so many. They call me a Jane of all trades, or a Jack of all trades if you're nasty. But I'm also going back to school for broadcast journalism, so I'm like trying to kind of pivot to the other side and. Be in post-production and behind the scenes and stuff like that because I want power and control because I'm a woman and I deserve it.
Period. We are owning and taking back our power, ladies. Yes. Okay. I love it. Yes. She's wearing her Mystic Woman shirt today.
I don't even know.
And that's what I'm talking about. See? I love it.
I feel like it can mean whatever you want it to mean, honestly.
Yeah. So what does it mean to you?
Well, when I saw the shirt, I was just like, when I saw Mystic, and I thought mystical, which kind of made me think of like a witch, which kind of made me think of like a bartender, concoctions. Like I always think of myself as Ursula anyway, you know what I mean?
Mixing potions.
Ooh. Giving people the love and the attention, all the feels.
So what's like the craziest, because I have some bartender friends and they always tell me about how men be cheating. Like that's where they see men cheat the most. So what's the craziest experience that you've had bartending?
I definitely remember a couple that I watched them the whole night and I was like, they are in love, but they cannot be together. And I knew it just from watching them. That it was like this torrid thing. Like they were laughing and they were crying and they were like hugging and kissing, and then they would just like start fighting, and it was just like this longing. It was crazy. But
so were they drunk?
I mean, they were drinking. Yeah, you know, they were drinking. There's this tonic. It's like it's very like extremely green. It's like it's not Midori green, but it's like it kind of tastes like toothpaste.
Okay.
And vodka. And it's very popular in like France, Paris, wherever, in Europe, and they were taking shots. But they would like go to their dark corner and take the shots. And one time, at one point, they obviously figured out that I was watching them, and like I was watching intensely.
You was being nosy.
I was.
You was being nosy.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
I mean, shit.
And
I would be in their business. So I would be in everybody's business if I was a bartender.
For real.
You look like, because when someone keeps drinking, you know, like eventually they're gonna get drunk. So
eventually,
sometimes it's funny and cool to see people drunk because you just don't know what you're gonna get. Yes, when you're not, because you don't know what you're gonna get.
Get to see it come out.
Yes, you see all the demons come out.
So the conclusion of that story was they asked me to go home with them.
Oh,
I didn't go, but they weren't my type. They just weren't my type. I wasn't sexually like into it like that, but I was so flattered. And
but it was like so much passion in their relationship
for them. But I was like.
But you was cool on that.
Yeah, I was like, you guys are so beautiful and amazing. Thank you so much. But I gotta go home. Like, I gotta work at like 6 a.m. Like, I just made something up. But
oh my gosh,
that's probably the craziest thing.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So basically, they were swingers and they was trying to swing, baby, swing,
baby, swing. And we've talked about that topic. So
oh my gosh,
we know those people. We have those friends. Shout out to the swingers in Vegas.
Oh, it's a lot of y'all.
It's live.
I'm sure it is. Like, I don't, as a couple, like, I just don't. It's like the approach. I feel like
it definitely
is like, who approaches, the man or the woman, or does it depend?
It depends.
Okay.
And sometimes, usually it's the woman, because it's weird for men to be like, "Hey, you want to come over here with me and this other girl?" You know what I mean? Like, women aren't. Yeah. Maybe if we're in college, that's cute. Right. But it's not when you're grown. So usually it's the woman, and she kind of puts the vibes out. Okay. You know, she's the touchy one, or she'll like be whispering in your ear or whatever. Okay. And then it'll kind of be like, we both like you.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I've never been in that situation where
really?
No.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that
not where I was approached by a couple. No.
It's gonna happen now.
Is it?
Now that we put it out there. It's out there now.
Yeah, it is cool. It is out there. It is out there. But I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how I react.
It's happened several times to me. I've gone home with some, and I've turned most of them down. But I've gone with them before.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into the show because because yes, we got some good conversation on the way, because men and women watch our show.
Yes.
Of course. Hopefully. Like, yes, absolutely. So, you know, there are so many conversations that both men and women can learn from. Absolutely. Especially this one. Because, or this specific topic. Because I want to talk about, and y'all, we got some lifestyles of love going on in here.
Here we go.
I want to talk about, how do you tell your partner that something that they're doing sexually or in the bedroom is not really pleasing them like that? Like, how do you go about that conversation? Because I'm sure it just makes them feel uncomfortable to like approach, you know, your partner and say like, hey, like, I don't like this or whatever. Like, it's a tough thing to do. So how do you do it?
Well, you said it already. It's like, it's approach. It's how you approach it. Right. Most of the time, it's, as I've notated, a good way to do it is to pose a question. Like, you know what I think is hot? or you know what I would really like,
Okay.
you know, or to compliment sandwich, like you have a compliment and then you say what you really want and then you have a compliment at the other end of it. Like, you are so hot. This kind of isn't working for me, but like everything else is feeling so good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So, okay. I like that. So basically kill them with kindness a little bit.
Yeah. You got to stroke the ego while you're stroking it.
Yes. Cause that's what it's about. It's an ego thing. It's an ego thing.
It is an ego thing. And you're vulnerable and you're naked.
Yes.
And you're giving them your sex.
So does this conversation, happen like after? Does it happen like if y'all just chilling or whatever? Because women, we know immediately when something is not, pleasing us or we don't like it or whatever. Yeah. So it's just like, of course, in the moment, we're not going to be like, I don't like this.
No, but
Some people do. I know me personally, like.
You're going to wait till it's over?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Because why would I kill the vibe like that? I mean.
Well, your vibe is already dead.
Yeah, that's true.
And I already, see, now, there is an age gap. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Mm-hmm. You know it. Mm-hmm. But when I was closer to your age, I felt the same way. I didn't say anything. I would fake orgasms because I was trying to get their ego to be good about it. Because I was like, oh, well, it's not necessary for me to, like, feel bad about it. I'm still having sex. No, we're done with that. I think I turned like 25 and I was like, nah. If you want me to orgasm and you want to know that I orgasmed, you're gonna have to make me orgasm, or you're gonna have to be with me in it. And I'm not gonna pretend that I did when I didn't. And there's nothing. You don't always orgasm, so
no. And a lot of women do. A lot of women do fake orgasms because it's so rare for women to get.
It is
orgasms. It's from much more rare
men,
than
people think.
I guess. Yeah. So it's all about the approach, and basically it's easier to give them compliments while you kind of say what you don't like. Yeah,
and just kind of ease it the way you want it to, like, but respectfully. That's the other thing. It's like, be respectful. Unless that's your kink to be mean, and everybody's okay with that,
right?
Otherwise, I guess it'd be much easier if you're kink is to be like,
if you're blunt,
asshole.
If you're blunt, I feel like that's way easier. But like me, I'm not. I can be blunt about certain things, but when it comes to that, I'm a little bit more like shy because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I know like that is a very vulnerable state. Right. So it's just like I don't want to come in and just fuck up your confidence or your manhood or whatever, because a lot of that's where men get sensitive in the bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Like.
But the other thing is that they think when they think that they're doing it good and they're not, that's worse, I think. Because then
you think so?
Because then when you do finally say something, they're going to be like, you've been lying this whole time?
Exactly.
Why didn't you tell me? And I think men actually want to hear it. I know they all think they're like King Kong or whatever, but in my experience, men want that feedback. Told. Yeah, they want feedback. I'm the type of person, I ask, like, how's the sex going for you? Like, I want to know.
Okay.
But
so what if they say, actually, I'm not fucking with it.
It's never happened. But if that did happen, I feel like I would be very open to it because I posed the question. Because I want to know. Because I'm like, if you're not enjoying it, then we need to figure some things out. But you also should be asking me.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And if you don't, then that just, says something about the sexual aspect in that relationship.
Absolutely.
Because, I don't know. Like, I like to ask, but, like, I feel like I know already. But the thing is, you don't know at the same time because, we like to hold stuff in, sometimes just for the sake of the other person. And it's just, that's hard to deal with sometimes.
Are you the submissive one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the right person.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't submit to everybody.
No. And what I mean by that is like, when you're in love, like when you're in a relationship, are you more submissive to, as opposed to being like the dominant one who's like, move, flip, pass, roll, whatever? Like, do you just go with it more than decide what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go with it. I am a woman. So, I feel like in that situation, I want to be,
Handled
as such. You know what I'm
with
saying?
care.
Like, yes, handled with care.
Yeah.
But no, like, I feel like women, and I say this all the time on the show, but women like a man or a partner who leads. And you know what I'm saying? If you have that control and that leadership and that dominance, that's the turn on for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't, I'm turned off. So I don't know if that puts a lot of pressure on the man, because not every man is like super dominant in the bedroom. Like some men are like the other way. Like,
they're dominant in like life, but in bed they're not.
Exactly. So for me, I'm like that way, like the opposite way. Like, I'll be dominant in life, like you said, or whatever, or like in the relationship, have some level of dominance. But, in the bedroom, no. Like, I like to be very much handled, controlled, taught. Because I will say, I ain't gonna give him too much, but my first love was really like the person that like taught me about my body and just like different things as far as like the bedroom goes and stuff like that. And
because he knew, or you like learned together?
Well, we were super young, so
that's what I was thinking.
He was a little bit more experienced than me, but I feel like we just learned together, and like I just kind of like felt his energy and his vibe, and so that taught me. This sounds horrible, but that taught me how to deal with other partners, like later on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that doesn't sound horrible.
I feel like it does, because it's just like, well, damn, like.
Well, you mean it sounds like you're bringing what you had with somebody else into what you're doing.
Yes,
with exactly.
But
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing either way. Whether you look at it that way or not, that's what we're doing. We're learning different things with different people because everybody's had sex with somebody, unless they haven't. But everybody's had an experience before leading up to you.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't like to think about the fact that he's putting it on me. He learned that somewhere else.
Exactly. Like,
I don't like to think about it like that.
I would never tell my dude that. Like, like, I learned that from my ex. Like, no one wants to fucking hear that.
No.
Nobody
just
want to
know that you can do it and that they like it. And that's all they need to know.
Yeah. Like, they don't need to know where that came from.
No, I don't. I mean, if we start having origins of where things came from, like if you have a real kink or something, maybe, but
not for real.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell, ladies. And you know what? That's in life too. Like, don't ask, don't tell, because sometimes, ladies, we be telling on ourselves.
Truly.
In like different forms and different ways. Don't ask, don't tell. Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to know how many people your man's been with?
No. I'm not asking him that. Especially not at this age. Back in the day, that was a question.
In high school and college, maybe.
Yeah. But like now that we're adults and we're older, and no, I'm not asking that, because I feel like that's none of my fucking business. And it's just like, what am I going to do with that information?
Exactly.
Like,
spin it around up in here like a woman.
Right, exactly. Like, no, like, why would I intentionally overthink? Like,
and honestly, why? Who gives a fuck?
Like, I would hate for somebody to ask me that shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me that.
I don't know the number. I count it every now and then, but what difference does it make?
Did you have, like, notes in your phone of, like...
not notes.
Or, like... Or did you have, like... Because I used to have, like, a document in my notes of, like, my partners.
Of, like...
It got lost, but...
Of, like, notes about their sex?
No. Just their names.
Oh, yeah, girl. Those are everywhere. Yes, they're in the back of journals. Yes, the list.
Oh, yes, the list.
The list.
So do you ever, like, go down the list and be like... You do. So what do you do when you go down the list? Like, are you like, that was...
I have happy moments. I have sad moments. I have moments of, what was that guy's name? And then I have, at the end, I'm always just like, yeah,
we're here.
that's about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know,
Oh my
I
gosh,
always
yes.
forget about people though, for real. Like,
I do too.
not their names
I do
necessarily,
too.
but I'll forget I'll be
about
like
the experience.
Yeah.
I have forgotten about people as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like college was when, because it was like a lot of like meaningless
Right.
situations. So, you know, if something is meaningless and it's no like real passion or real connection, then hell yeah, you forget it.
Yeah.
Like,
you really only keep like the ones that were good at the top, and you're like, oh yeah, there were so many more. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, if I forgot how that experience was, then it wasn't good.
Exactly.
Like,
and we know it.
And that's for,
unless it was awful, and then you never forget it.
Oh my, damn, that's crazy. You're either remembered for being like really, really good or really, really bad. It's nothing in between. True. It's nothing like, no, it's either hot or cold.
It really is. It's hot or
left
cold.
or right, hot or cold. But yes, like it's crazy. I lost my list, and I can't even think of like trying to recreate it because I will leave out people because I forgot, like, you know.
I feel like I definitely at least leave out one or two every time because I'm just like, I was on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh my. Okay, so I want to talk about that next.
Okay.
So basically, on vacation, and you're in an environment that you're not used to or whatever, and you meet someone, are you for or against that whole thing? Because some people were like, well, fuck no, like, they're not, I don't know them, you know, this isn't my environment, this isn't my home, like, this could be, you don't know this person.
I get that.
Or environment.
No, I'm for it.
You're for it?
I'm for it if the vibe is right.
Okay.
And as long as they haven't been making out with my friends or like, you know, I haven't seen them with like other people the whole time I've been there. Like, as long as they're into me, I'm down. I usually end up making out more than having sex on vacation with somebody. I usually just end up like making out with somebody in a club or, you know, at a bar or whatever, like go on a date.
That's when it's like the most, I feel like that's when you're the most carefree, is when you're on vacation.
Totally. And you give off so much more like open aura vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like when you're on vacation, like people just know it.
Yeah. And you feel better. You know?
Better,
like, you looking good.
You got all the time in the world.
Everything is done.
Everything's done.
You
got the right clothes.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful thing.
It is.
I'm for it. I mean, I definitely think it's an experience that's new and that's different, but it's so temporary. You know, like, it's just like, okay, I'm about to go home, like, and then what? You know, like,
I know.
was it just that, or was it like
a real connection? So I feel like with that, you know, you don't like know what's what. But I mean, like you said, if the vibe is right, then why not? I'll pose the same question about weddings. You know, because there's all kinds of love vibes in the air at weddings, and I feel like the movie Wedding Crashers really opened my eyes to the to the sluttiness that goes on at weddings. Okay. Not that I'm judging it or against it, but I've never done it.
Like, but between the singles?
Yeah, the singles.
Okay.
The groomsmen and the bridesmaids, or the you know, or the people who are single, the single women. Right. There's usually a lot of single women. And the groomsmen or whatever. You know, there's always a
connection there. And y'all spend so much like time with each other. Well, like, as far as the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, at least. But
taking pictures, and
like,
and all the love. Like I said, it's all the love, and you see your friends getting married. Like, it's magical.
It is. It's an experience. Yeah. Like, you know, you're a part of something, so that's what makes it even better. Yeah. But like you said, so drinking, right? And that's just gonna take us to the next topic, because that wasn't even like supposed to be a topic. I was just curious. Yeah. So I want to talk about, you know, basically drunk sex versus high sex. So like intoxicated or high. Like, okay, so this is my thing. Okay. I feel like there's pros and cons to both.
Okay.
And I feel like the con of drunk sex is not remembering. That is so
Definitely.
scary.
Yes.
Like having an experience that you don't remember. I mean, you know
You
that,
did it.
Yeah, you know you did it, but it's just
You
like
consented.
the details. Yes, you consented. You were sober enough to consent.
Yeah.
Let me just throw that out there. Yes, you were sober enough to consent. And you know.
Yeah, you know it went down.
You know it went down, but you don't know the details, like
Yeah.
the small details or whatever.
You just
don't
wake
know,
up
like
naked.
yeah. But when you're high, I feel like okay. So if you smoke, that makes your mouth dry as fuck. First of all, so like, so like, what are pros and cons to both, and like, what do you like prefer?
Okay, pros and cons to both. With drunk sex, I also feel like you can kind of, sometimes if you're too drunk, like you can get sick in the middle. You know, like the motion's too much. Or, I don't know, like afterward you're just kind of like sloppy. Like it's not cute.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you think you're cute because you're drunk.
Yeah.
But also the con can be is like drunk goggles. Like you wake up next to the person, you're like, oh my god, this person was not as cute this morning as they were last night. How were they so cute last night? You were drunk. I don't feel like that happens when you're high.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
you're kind of more aware.
Pros to getting drunk. I mean, it's just more fun. You're more free.
Yeah.
You know, you're more uninhibited. You're much more willing to try things that you probably never would sober or, you know, in any other mindset. It can just be fun. It can just be more fun.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
I don't hate it. I don't like. I like drunk sex. It's nice.
Yeah, like I feel like sometimes though, like it can be a little bit more intentional than high sex. Like, you know, people be like, okay, let's get drunk, and you know, let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Like if you get drunk with your partner, like the chances of y'all like having sex is obviously like high, of course.
Yeah.
But like when you're high, like that's just such like a everyday like activity for some people that it's just like it don't really even like. You know, so it's just like, what really, I don't know.
Getting high never really makes me horny, to be honest. Like, I don't, it's like a relaxing thing. And I guess, yeah, like the senses get heightened and you feel things more intensely a little bit. But I mean, like you said, if you're a regular smoker.
Right, then it's just like.
It's like, it's basically like you're sober. Yeah. I mean, you're just kind of like, you're there. You know what I mean? You're present.
Yeah, you're present, but you're not like too much in tune, I guess.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know, like I feel like it just depends on the person, honestly. It depends on the vibe together, because you know you really can't like smoke and drink with everybody.
No.
You know, like even partners sometimes, like some people just don't prefer to drink, or they like a different type of liquor or whatever than you like or whatever, and it just whatever. So I think it depends, but yeah, I definitely think that drunk sex is a little bit more intentional than high sex. But I definitely feel like the whole senses being heightened thing is like real.
Yes.
For sure, when you're high.
For sure. I feel like I just don't get the same high that other people do. If they don't smoke weed and they only do edibles, then they get a great high. But if you smoke weed regularly, I just don't feel like I get what they get.
So you smoke?
I smoke.
Regularly?
Regularly.
Okay.
In general.
Okay. Well, then that makes sense then. As to like why it wouldn't like do anything for you, honestly.
It's fine, but meh.
It's other things. But well, I mean, I feel like weed is like compared to like other types of drugs or whatever, like, you know, because you have experienced those things, I feel like weed is like whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
like,
exactly
it
what
doesn't
it is.
hit as hard, basically.
I'm like, whatever. We can just go to sleep. We can just cuddle hard, you know?
Ooh, I love cuddling.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm all about that.
Oh my gosh. So that's so interesting. Like, it's just crazy how different things and substances, even like, you know, with liquor and weed can
Yeah,
really
even
affect wine. Anything can just affect, you know, your sex drive, your sex life, your, you know, like the things you're willing to do. It's just interesting. So
it is. I also, I mean, I did get to a point where I was like, I need to get back to just having sex sober though, because you don't want to feel like you have to have something to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
I do want to feel like I do just enjoy having sex with you, like no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just, oh my gosh, I actually seen this post that was like, normalize doing things sober, like, cause you know how like we just be like, oh, let's go here, let's get drunk, like, let's go to the movies, let's get drunk, let's go bowling, let's get drunk, let's have sex, let's get drunk
to enhance it, right?
Like, it's just like I don't know, like that's just what we do.
I know.
You know, like
we do,
and it's just, we do need to normalize being sober.
We do
again, but I don't know, like it is an enhancer. It is. But sometimes when you're sober, I feel like you actually I feel like you're a little bit more present in the experience, I guess, to an extent. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe. I guess it depends. It depends on the vibe, depends on what's going on, what happened before, you know, were we just laying here watching TV, you know, we got into it, or did I just come from brunch, you know, or did, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It makes a difference, because if I just came from brunch and you're sober, I'm about to slut you out, like, for real. Like, get ready, like, be naked or whatever. But otherwise, but if you went out, same thing. Like, if you go out to the club or you went to the strip club or whatever, I'm gonna just sleep naked, because I'm gonna expect you to want to. Hopefully you're gonna come home to me and do it. Right. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's interesting. Y'all ain't talking to you.
Do you experiment with the same sex while high?
I mean,
I think I'm more drunk when I'm interested.
Yeah,
in
I feel
the
like
sex.
I feel like when you're high, it doesn't like give you that like motivation or that extra like push or that extra like daring feeling or whatever.
Yeah, because you're much more aware and you're like, oh, what if they don't like me?
Yeah.
You
like,
know, but when you're drunk, you're like, whatever. Much
you're like,
more.
Fuck it. Yeah, you're like, fuck it. So
yeah.
To answer your question, not really, Aaron.
Yeah.
but anyways, so basically, in the media, right? We just learned that OnlyFans, pretty much took away porn. Like, they're not allowing people to post anything that's provocative or inappropriate that can be deemed as porn or whatever, right? And so it's just been like a lot of different memes and jokes on social media and on Twitter and stuff about basically people who, you know, were making their money off of OnlyFans, who now can't, or I mean, you can, but it's just, it has to be, it's different type of content now, you know?
You got to do it differently.
So I want to talk about sex work, okay?
Okay.
Because sex work comes in many different forms. So being a stripper, being a porn star, I even read that sugaring is technically sex work, meaning like if you have like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama.
That's
like
sugaring. Okay.
Yeah, like that can be deemed as like sex work, or
like escorts.
Yeah, like escorts. Things like that, right?
Yep.
So there's just been this, I guess, this big debate, or like people are always like, oh my gosh, I would never do sex work because I have morals or whatever. So do you think sex work and morals go hand in hand? Because I feel like a lot of times, just as far as like strippers go, like these are people that are hustling. That's how they make their money. That's how they pay their bills. That's how they feed their family or whatever. You know, through stripping, through, you know, the art of their body, pretty much like selling their body. And, you know, so do you think it has is it a morals thing, or is it just, this is another way to make money the same way? I mean, because technically scamming, right, is not, an ideal way or moral
Mm-hmm.
to make money, but people scam. So
Right.
you know,
Well,
like
I feel like scamming is a moral thing, absolutely. But I was gonna give a definition of morals just so
Okay.
we can answer the question properly.
Okay,
A
let's do it.
person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do.
okay.
So, morals are personal beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interpreting it that way. And so, what you personally feel comfortable doing may not appear like as the next person's.
Mm-hmm.
And so they might question your morals and you might question theirs. But am I going to question my own morals? Probably not, because it's what I believe.
Right.
Or what I believe is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're doing sex work out of obligation and not necessarily out of, you know, I just do this, I like it, I have fun, I think it's different.
Okay. So, like, in what way, like, in what, I guess, aspects would it be, like, a way that is deemed as, like, bad or...
Immoral,
yeah. In what way would it seem like that? Because, yeah, like you said, like, it's a personal...
I was going to say, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
To
like,
me,
it's a personal thing.
I wouldn't find sex work, I wouldn't find stripping as going against my morals. I would find prostitution going against my morals, because in that sense, I'm selling my actual vagina pussy and someone's paying me for it, and that would be degrading to me as a human being.
Okay.
So, but being a stripper, I'm not a stripper, but if I felt like stripping was gonna get me what I wanted and where I wanted to be in life, I wouldn't feel like I was being immoral if I did it.
Okay. So it's levels, basically.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's levels to sex work in general. Because, like, it's one end of the spectrum and then there's another end. So like you said, like, stripping and prostitution, those are, like, on two different levels, but it's still all classified as sex work, basically. Right. So I think with the whole OnlyFans thing, you know, technically that was sex work because you're selling.
That's like
whatever.
porn.
Yeah.
I mean, or like,
pretty much like porn.
What do they have the even in the porn world, they have people who are just by themselves, like jerking themselves off, or are just stripping, or you know, just, I don't know, doing whatever. There's so many things.
It's the same. But
I didn't know what OnlyFans was doing. Like, what is OnlyFans? What were they selling initially? What was it? What did it start out being?
I feel like it started out being sex based. I don't know, but people do so many things on OnlyFans. Like, people literally, like, oh my gosh, I seen this fucking post that was like, shit, on OnlyFans, fuck stripping, I'm about to get drunk and freestyle on there or some shit, like just funny shit. Okay. Like, you could do whatever you want.
Whatever. It's like
on OnlyFans.
It's like your page.
Yeah.
And people have to subscribe to it, and they're your fans.
So like, that's essentially how you make money off OnlyFans. Like, people have to subscribe to you, and obviously, you know, if you have good content, people are going to subscribe. But OnlyFans, like, the term OnlyFans is associated, like, just like the connotation is associated with, like, sex or porn or whatever. Like, that's the first thing that people think about when they think of OnlyFans.
Okay.
And so, because it has that
stigma
or connotation or whatever, because they took away, like, that aspect of it, you know, it's interesting. So it was just really interesting to see all the opinions and things in the media today, or just over the past few days in general. Right.
I saw one meme that was like, well, the good news is now all your servers can go back to work.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Like they was just going
made it
crazy
out
on OnlyFans. Like
they made it out, and now they gotta go back.
You know, it says Bella Thorne earned $1 million in one day on OnlyFans.
What?
On OnlyFans, $1 million. $1 million in one day.
I mean, is that because 1 million people paid $1, or is that because like 10,000 people paid $100?
That's the Disney star, right? That's Disney, right?
What?
No, maybe she was on.
Oh no, that's the girl in Twilight's name is Bella, right? Is that what you're thinking about?
I don't know. Aaron told us Bella Thorne. I don't know. I don't think he's talking about Bella from Twilight.
What you're saying, Bella Thorne? Bella? Who's Bella? I thought that's what you were asking. Like, you're saying Disney?
No.
And
Bella
I was like,
Thorne is a. I thought she was on Disney. Like, I thought she was on Disney Channel.
Annabella Thorne.
That doesn't help. Was she on Disney? Was she on Disney? Y'all, we trying to get the right information because we don't even want to tell y'all.
I mean, how did she make $1 million? I want to know.
Yeah. Anyways, she made $1 million on fucking OnlyFans.
Well, look, that's amazing. I mean, if all you got to do is sit in your house and do some shit to yourself with yourself, and you make $1 million, hey, I don't understand what's the controversy here.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fucked up to take that away from her. I mean, yeah. Okay, well, what does that mean? Porn is no longer allowed, meaning like sex. Or like you having sex with yourself.
I don't know what the
versus.
I don't know what the limits are on it.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, she was on Disney, y'all. I knew what I was talking about.
Okay.
But
so it's basically like, look, you can be like, I'm on Instagram and everywhere else. I'm showing pictures of myself, but I got clothes on. But if you subscribe to my OnlyFans, I'll take these clothes off. You'll get to see me naked.
Essentially.
Okay.
Link in the bio.
All right. Link in the bio.
Link in the bio. Or like, you know, like it'll be a video, and I know this one person on Instagram specifically, like she'll get on Instagram and like twerk in like a thong or something.
Oh, wow.
And like she'll link her OnlyFans.
Wow.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like different things like that. But literally people is making a killing off of OnlyFans. And so
why is OnlyFans taking, because OnlyFans has got to get a nice cut of that $1 million pie there.
They are,
so
for sure. I don't know.
They're taking money out of their own pocket. Well, I saw the headline I saw was that they want OnlyFans to be more mainstream, which is why they're taking the porn off.
Yeah.
So,
but honestly though, there's porn on every social media, especially Twitter.
Is there porn on Twitter?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Whoa. See, yes. I don't be in the dark corners of Twitter. I go on for like little stupid stuff.
No, like if you scroll in, like I feel like Twitter damn near has more porn than OnlyFans. I don't even have an OnlyFans or nothing like that.
I have no idea.
But Twitter has a lot of porn on there. So
what's that other app I used to use that had all the porn, and then they took all their porn away, and I don't use the app. Damn, I can't remember it.
What's the name of it?
Damn it.
You got to think about it and let me know, because it's literally like OnlyFans trying to be mainstream. Twitter is mainstream. Like, and there's so much porn on Twitter. I mean, no, not Snapchat. I mean, because Snapchat is stories, and no one even gets on Snapchat anymore.
It was like an I. It like started with an I think, maybe, or
I started with an I.
Or an E. Damn it. It's been so long now. But that used to be my place. Like, I literally I didn't even go to Pornhub anymore. I was just using this app. I think the app started out as just like, you know, posters, and it was kind of like, God, my brain is gone. What's the one that people go on for, like, crafts, like crafty stuff and like
Tumblr?
recipes? Tumblr, that's what it was.
Tumblr? It was Tumblr?
It was not an I and it was not an E.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tumblr had the best porn.
Really?
And then they took it all away.
Wow.
And that was my spot. Like,
Tumblr.
Wow.
I feel like Tumblr is coming back.
Is it?
Kind of. But
it had a lot to offer before, and now no.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, you said now, no. See, yeah, that's
Not
the thing with like social media. Like, everyone wants to be mainstream. Like everyone
Everybody
wants to be
Facebook, Twitter. Everybody
and
wants
Instagram.
to be right.
Like OnlyFans should have just stayed in their damn place.
Right. Like let it be what it is.
Let it be what it was.
I feel the
Because
same
it was
way.
working for the people who it was working for.
That's how I felt about Tumblr. Tumblr's ban on adult content is a treasure trove of problems.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like
Right. Because I think it turned into mostly porn.
Yeah.
And there were kids on Tumblr, you know?
yeah, but like these kids have access to so many
Much.
things
So
now.
don't get me started.
So it's just like I see Twitter banning porn eventually too, because I can't believe you don't even know it's
I never knew there was porn on there. I swear, like,
oh my gosh.
I go on Twitter a few times a week. I usually go on there to just find out like the headlines, like who's trending, and like just laugh about just these memes and these comments.
Yeah.
But I never ventured into the porn. Black Twitter, you know, I love Black Twitter. I feel like that's its own thing. I feel like it should just be its own thing, but
It should be.
Yeah.
I mean, if you follow, like, if you're black, then like literally when you log in, it's Black Twitter.
it is Black Twitter.
But you know,
He doesn't know what it is.
Aaron doesn't know what Black Twitter is. Well, I mean,
Right.
you know.
No, but a lot of white people are on Black Twitter. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, Black Twitter
it's a
is
culture thing. It's
basically-
not a
yes,
color thing. It's
yeah,
a culture thing.
Exactly. It's a culture. Like, pretty much, like, the tweets and the posts I won't say only black people understand, but only black people can relate to. I guess.
Culturally.
Like, yeah. It's
Like
just a culture thing.
the comments, the bonics that go on, just cultural things about
The memes.
you know, like growing up black, you know, getting whoopings and straightening your hair in the kitchen, and
It's just its own thing.
It's its own thing.
Everybody knows what Black Twitter is, but except Aaron.
But yeah.
But yes, it's a whole nother world. But I don't know. Basically, sex work. Make your bag, sis.
yeah, sex work is work, honey.
Sex work is work. Get
Look,
your
if they
bag.
have to, it sounds like they just need to pivot in another direction, and they can still do
Yeah.
most things.
Uh-huh.
They just can't be banging.
Yeah. I feel like that's like, you know, sex work in general, like, you know, the whole stigma or whatever behind it.
Yeah.
And like, even I feel like Amber Rose, like when she did the slut walk, like I feel like she basically normalized it and
Right, and now
was
we have
a voice for it.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
we used to
now,
have
you know,
Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown. You know, they were very sexualized, but then, you know, they gave birth to Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, and
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it
And
can be
that's-
problematic, but at the same time, I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, it's them. It's them
Yeah.
putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
It's their money. It's their body, and they're the ones that, yes, they're gonna have to live with it in 20, 30 years when their children grow up and see their mama's pussy on the internet, because the internet's never gonna die, people. That's what I try to think of, is
Yeah.
like, don't do it.
Yeah. It's literally it's so much like as far as entertainers, female entertainers, now that we're on the subject, you know, it's like that's their truth, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's their
Madonna.
Yeah. And it's not just female rappers either.
Right,
Like it's
exactly.
females in general that have a voice in the platform, you know. If they want to talk about their bodies and, you know, what they do or whatever. I
But
think
honestly, it's like, what's the difference between what Cardi B does and what Britney Spears was doing in the early 2000s? You know what I mean?
it's
like,
no difference. It's no
what's the
difference.
difference?
Like it's no difference.
It's just the way that it's
the-
portrayed
Yeah, the
and the way that it's put.
generations. Like I just think we're just in a different time as far as
Yeah.
like, you know, generations, and what's accepted now, and what's not. Our culture is a lot more sensitive now. So like certain things that flew back in the day, you know, like
That's true, because
like it's
you
not
know,
happening.
BET After Dark. Are you?
Yes.
You know that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
BET After Dark used to be some shit. And wow, but they can't. There's no way they could
There's
put that
no
on
way.
TV now.
There's no way. Like even like certain artists, and that's why I love female artists who can really express themselves, because it's if you listen to freaking Trina,
I'm telling you, Trina, she's another one. Yes.
If you listen to Trina, oh my gosh,
nasty.
Like, just vulgar, nasty, spicy, sexy. Girl. Yes,
and
ma'am.
I loved it.
You know, and now it's just like, you know, now we're in a whole different, like, even with the whole, what was that, the Grammys, when Cardi B and Meg did their performance, everybody was mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the video.
So, yeah, like, it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lot. And I can understand, because there is another side of it that I do, you know, I worry about the little girls, you know. I mean, the little girls that see it, that grow up with it. I mean, I grew up with it and I wasn't twerking on, well, look, you know, we used to have kickbacks in my day, and, you know, we would give lap dances and things, but we had our clothes on, okay? And it was fine. Everybody did that. Okay, great. See, I mean, it was fine, okay? But I understand that it definitely, I don't know.
Yeah. It can be.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Are you teaching little girls to be empowered and, like, love their bodies, or are you teaching them to be, I don't know, promiscuous?
It's a fine line.
It is.
It's a fine line, but, you know, it just goes back to the approach and, like, how you parent and how you know, dish it on, because you can't avoid it. I mean, eventually, like, especially with fucking social media being, you know, so prominent in these young kids' lives now, you know, like, they're gonna see that shit regardless if you are teaching them that or not, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely just think it's all about, you know, the way that it's taught and the way that it's, you know, portrayed.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I'm so happy you came on the episode today. I love having these conversations with women, just about, you know, us, you know what I'm saying, about us, and just coming together to be able to have some real conversation, because sex is a part of life.
Sex makes life.
That's how we're both, that's how everybody in this room is here. Okay,
that's how we all got here.
It's just, you know, it's a great topic, and I love it. So y'all, this is actually episode 20, which episode 20 we hold very near and dear to our hearts, because this is the last episode of season 1.
Season finale.
This is the season finale. And of course, the season finale, we had to go out with a bang, basically. Bang, 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 bang. We had to go out with a bang for our season finale. And so I'm so glad you were able to be a part of it and come through.
I'm honored. I
love it. Make sure y'all check out. Where can we find you?
Yes.
First of all,
I'm everywhere. Krystal with a K on IG, TikTok, Skin by Krystal. Hello. And Lifestyles of Love _ YouTube. We're streaming everywhere. Everywhere you can listen to podcasts, we are streaming there. So look us up.
Make sure y'all tune in.
Some good stuff on there.
Some quality content. Okay. Quality content. Y'all see Krystal is very knowledgeable, and which I love.
Thank you.
That's what I admire about you, honestly. Like, how you are very, like I said, knowledgeable, and you like to voice your opinion, and I just love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so happy that you came through.
It's nice to be appreciated.
I'm so big on reassurance. I always give people their flowers and reassure people. So, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And you do a great job. I mean, 20 shows. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
And
yes,
keep it going.
Thank you. Absolutely. Well, yes, y'all. That's a wrap on season 1. We love y'all. Make sure y'all catch up on all of our past episodes, y'all. Y'all got 20 episodes if y'all not caught up. But we love y'all. Thank you for coming through today. Malik is not here. We missed him today. But yeah, it's the